So, why do you think it's important for students to learn how they study? Like, how does that affect their education?
Well, oh God, I'm not good at this. How they study?
Yeah.
Because sometimes, well, because there are some students that are like terrible, just god awful, horrible at studying because they can either get distracted easily, they find it too boring, or it's just too strenuous that they can't handle it.
It's true.
There's some students that they overstudy to the point that they pass out either in the middle of class or in the middle of studying, and then there are those who are like they can't find studying interesting. Like they just look at the piece of paper and just they don't find it interesting.
I personally had a friend that studied for an exam in like a half semester exam or something, and she didn't sleep the night because she was cramming, and then she drank a Monster, a whole one, and she's never done this before, like drank a caffeine drink like that, except for coffee. And so she had heart palpitations in the middle of her exam. She went to the nurse.
Yeah, like studying on, like they should make at least like they should. If they can't study at home, it's like if they're cramming, like teachers should like make it so like they should, or the students should make it like so they are not straining themselves, like cramming all the information like in one day, one night, in just a week. They should take the time to look over, memorize, take a break, and then look over again just in case, and then try to repeat that to themselves. And the students who find studying boring, they should like find some type of way to study in a unique way, a creative way, Studying with partners is fine because you guys communicate with the person, they can relay the information back, and you get to repeat or at least answer what they're trying to say, or like make it interactive. There are great websites that can help you like make studying not as boring as you think, like Quizlet or something like that. Like you can write down all the terms and all that business, and they can make them they turn into a game, and you can play those games. It's interactive because you're trying to get a really good score. At the same time, to remember what each of these like terms or events that happened, what they were called and what they are.
So what I just heard you say in response to why it's important for a student's education to learn how they study best is because most of the thing that I heard you say about that you thought was important was to recognize that studying is not necessarily the funnest thing to do, fix that by making it more fun.
Just make it more interesting for those. It's just
tailor it to yourself.
Yeah, just tailor it to yourself. Don't take the classic study all day every day like Asian people. But
study short increments every day. Not even necessarily every day.
Take some breaks. Still study. Just study, but just make sure you take some breaks in between. You can't just don't cram it in all day or in one night.
And you also said that, which is a negative as to why.
Yeah,
why when people don't study, it's important because people will cram and then drink Monsters and then have heart palpitations in the middle of their exam.
Or they can't take care of themselves. Like they don't sleep.
Yep.
And they just in the middle like they can take it in the middle of the class and they just flat out just pass out.
Fall asleep. They could also be lacking in nutrition.
Nutrition. Even they they don't even feed themselves. They're just staring at a book or paper all day to the point that they don't even notice that their body is telling them, "Hey, feed me."
Yeah, and sleep aids in digestion.
AIDS.
Aids in digestion.
Oh,
sleep does.
When you don't sleep,
when you don't sleep, you lack a stronger 8 hours of just absorption of nutrients.
Yeah.
So you could actually pass out from malnutrition from cramming.
So basically just study in moderation. Like drinking. Just don't do it to the point that you're going to pass out or you're going to do causing bodily harm to yourself. But make sure you still study so you can pass, and make sure it's try to make it fun for yourself.
Okay. And
DJ Pretty Boy Tank.
Yeah, because you would have to make a case in your data.
That also ties into how you learn best. So
learn?
literally, no, it just ties in. Like all you do, like because we've been talking for 5 minutes. You could cut half of the things we said and put it in for how you learn best, and then you can use the other half for how you study. Because maybe you could say all of those positive things, you know, like I was personally thinking, because I've seen this on a post before, if you're flipping through a textbook, every other page put a piece of candy underneath, and then when you flip when you get to that page, oh my gosh, okay, next one, you know, and you read it, fun
really
things. So you do those, you say all of those fun things that we thought of for how you learn best, and then you say the negatives as to why it's important to learning to study, you know, like passing out, malnutrition. You use that for why it's important to learn to study. And then you could summarize that paragraph by saying
there's some ups and downs for studying. Just make sure you do
it's not just about studying. The
the entire learning process.
You could say in conclusion to that paragraph that learning is, you have to learn how to learn, and to be able to learn, 3 times I said the word learn, you have to learn how to teach yourself in order to
better yourself, or at least advance,
better your ability to retain knowledge. There you go. I recorded it, so you'll see it, you'll hear it. And then the second paragraph says the institution of education.
I think we should separate this recording